Good afternoon and welcome. You may be seated. So, welcome. Thank you for coming at the invitation of Julianna Reed and Matthew Huddleson. The invitation to come and witness and share in their joy as they declare their love for each other and their bond for life. Thank you for your presence as we participate in this public declaration of their union. Before we get started, Julianna and Matthew would like to ask everyone to make sure that your cell phones are turned off and put away. We are having this ceremony photographed and videotaped, and those will be made available to you afterwards. So take a break from the electronics. If you're a secret Michigan fan, you don't have to worry. They don't play this week. If you're an Ohio State fan, you can take a minute to not look to see who's picking Oregon over the Ohio State. So, and when you do get your cell phones out, Julianna and Matthew have promised to smile for you. So I would like to invite forward Matthew's sister, Alicia Nyland, to give the dedication.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here. You have all been invited today because you hold a special place in Julie and Matthew's life. You are not here by accident, but a deliberate choice to witness their union because they love and care for you. God's church is built on community, and it is through community with others that we grow and can persevere through life, giving encouragement and support to one another. So your relationships with Julie and Matthew are extremely important for their future together because you will be the ones to come alongside them, support them, and care for their marriage. They will need your comfort and respect as they start a new family, the Huddleston Reed family. Together, they will start new traditions, create new goals, and face new challenges. The choice to love each other will be easy some days and difficult others, as they learn to forgive and celebrate each other's differences. So, your presence here today is not to be taken lightly, and it does come with responsibility. You are witnessing the covenant of two souls and have come to show support, as well as honor what God is building. Therefore, in the years ahead, you have a duty to stand by Matthew and Julie and to support them in their marriage and to encourage them to uphold the vows that they make today. The Gospel of 1 John says that we love because he first loved us. For it is only love that can awaken love. Therefore, our love is in response to God's great love. Matthew and Julie's love and commitment to one another reflects God's love for us. We, all of us here today, have a responsibility to support that love and to lift them up during hard times. So, as representatives of the Reed and Huddleston families, please say, "We will," if you commit to loving Julie and Matthew well with the same sacrificial love that Christ showed us.
We will. Matthew and Julianna, this is truly a joyous occasion. Julie, even as a young child, it was remarkable watching you with pets, with creatures, with other people, just watching the empathic, caring nature that you have. One of the very first memories I have of Julie is she was a tiny infant when we would visit with Tony and Jenny, when she would be standing in her crib long after she was supposed to go to sleep, and she would sing. She would sing to herself, and it was the voice of an angel. This is before we had children, and I thought to myself, that's exactly how I want to go to sleep every night. It wasn't until later when I asked Jenny exactly what is it that Julie is singing that I learned that there was a slightly different side to that song. She was singing something along the lines, "This is Julie, not Mindy's, not Natalie's, this is Julie's." But it was the voice of an angel. Julie, as long as I can remember, you've been such a sincere human being. You've shown care for everyone and everything around you. You are the sort of person that benefits everyone by being around. And all of us have benefited by the compassion, the grace, and the love that you give. I can remember the cat rescue that you took us to when you were in high school, so excited to be doing something that nobody else would do because you had to care for all of God's creatures. Matthew, obviously I haven't known you as long, but I learned everything that I needed to know about you when I saw you look at Julie the first time. It was a little confusing at first, because for those of you who don't know, my name is Joel, and Matt calls Julie Jewel. And so when we first met, I thought, wow, this young man is really interested in my attention and approval, because he keeps saying, Jewel, look, Jewel, this. And there was always the stars in his eyes, and I thought, now that's respect. But then I looked behind me and saw what he was looking at, and I have to admit, you made a good choice. I enjoyed yesterday evening at the rehearsal dinner listening to your family and friends speak about you, because I see in the two of you kindred souls, and I see that you see Julie, and that you appreciate who she is, and that you strengthen her. As I listened to your family and friends, I was once again reminded, even though I didn't need it, what wonderful people you are, what likable people, what lovable people you are. But the most remarkable thing is that not only are you wonderful people individually, but you like yourselves better when you're together. I've known Julie for her whole life, and she's such an incredible person. But what I know about Julie is that Julie is more confident, and she likes herself better when she's with you. And from what I heard last night, the same is true for you. So, since you invited me to come and officiate your marriage and share some of the secrets of marriage, I thought I would tell you the secret to a long and happy marriage. And the secret is, there is no secret. Love is not a feeling. It's a choice. This isn't fate. You're not lucky. You've put in the work to be here. You've learned who each other are. You have appreciated one another. You've walked with each other through the more difficult times, and you've chosen to be together. Love is kind of like hunger. It's not just a feeling. There are feelings associated with it. Some good, not always good. But love is far more profound than just the feeling that we feel today. As you enter into this covenant of marriage, it is an investment in each other, an investment in your future, an investment in the present, and for the family that you will be. During major transitions like this, you'll find yourself being surrounded by well-wishers who are wishing you success and happiness, a long and happy marriage. And yet, if you take a step back, you'll realize that most people walking through the world today don't recognize success, wonder, or happiness. So let me tell you the secret to happiness. Don't look for it. The secret to happiness is finding purpose. Purpose is actionable. Purpose happens every day. Purpose happens every moment. It's easy to achieve, and it gives direction. And now with this declaration, the two of you have purpose in each other, purpose in serving each other, purpose in growing together. My daughter Julia asked me just yesterday, what was the best advice that I could give somebody before their wedding? And I said to them, don't be afraid of change. Just be resolved to change together. The people you are now are not the people you'll be in 5, 10, or 20 years. But as long as you resolve to face those challenges together, to serve each other, to forgive each other, then at this moment, this is the weakest that your relationship will ever be. If there is a secret to marriage, with all apologies to the engineers in attendance, it's in a fundamental... I'll take it. The secret to marriage is in a fundamental principle of math. And that fundamental principle is that 65% plus 65% is a whole. Not a whole number, but wholeness. If the two of you each resolve to always give 65% to your marriage, you'll create a wholesomeness and a wholeness in your family that will help you to endure the disappointments in life, to celebrate the joys in life, to be able to walk with one another when the other one is weak, to make sure that your marriage never comes up short of 100% that is necessary. That wholeness will help you when even the feelings of love seem to recede. That wholeness will be there as you progress forward and face those challenges. In that, you'll guarantee that your marriage is your purpose. And then, in 30 or 40 years, when people ask you the secret to a long and happy marriage, you'll be able to give them a wink and a nod and tell them there is no secret. It's a choice. It's our purpose. Julianna and Matthew have chosen to incorporate the ancient Celtic tradition of hand fasting into the wedding ceremony today, as a symbol of the weaving of their lives together in the holy union of matrimony, witnessed in full view before God, their family, and their friends. Would the mothers please present the marital cord? Julianna and Matthew, would you please join your hands? Hand fasting is often chosen by couples to represent the connection and the strength of two becoming one. Just as the individual strands of this cord have been bound together and become more resilient, more flexible, and stronger than they ever would be apart, so too your lives' experiences will become stronger, more resilient than you ever would have been apart. Julianna and Matthew, let this cord represent your marriage as you choose to form the single and lasting union. Will you honor and respect one another and seek never to break that honor? And so the first binding is made. Will you share each other's pain and seek to ease it?
We will.
And so the second binding is made. Will you share the burdens of each other so that your spirits may grow in this union?
We will.
And so the third binding is made. With the binding complete, and the promises made, Julianna and Matthew, you may now complete the knot. As your hands are now bound together, so too your lives and spirits are joined in a union of trust. Long after you remove these physical cords, may the spiritual bonds remain inseparably linked to your hearts. Above you are the stars, and below you the earth. And like the stars above and the earth below you, may your love be a constant source of light, and like the earth below you, a source of strength from which to grow a firm foundation. May your spirits be filled with joy from this day, and remain so for all time. Matthew and Julianna will continue to stay joined by the hand fasting as they now publicly declare their intent to be forever bound through the vows of matrimony. Matthew, repeat after me. I, Matthew, take you, Julianna, to be my lawfully wedded wife.
I, Matthew, take you, Julianna, to be my lawfully wedded wife.
My constant friend and faithful partner from this day forward.
My constant friend and faithful partner from this day forward.
In the presence of our family and friends, I offer you my solemn vow to be your partner.
In the presence of our family and friends, I offer you my solemn vow
To be your partner.
to be your partner.
For better or for worse, in times of joy and in sorrow.
For better or worse, in times of joy or sorrow.
For richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health.
For richer and poorer, in sickness and in health.
I promise to honor, respect, and love you unconditionally until death do us part.
Promise to honor. Oh, sorry. It's a lot of words.
Honor,
Respect.
respect, and love you unconditionally
I love you unconditionally
until death do us part.
until death do us part.
Julianna, repeat after me. I, Julianna, take you, Matthew, to be my lawfully wedded husband.
I, Julianna, take you, Matthew, to be my lawfully wedded husband.
My, in the presence of our friends and family, I offer you my solemn vow to be your partner.
In the presence of our friends and family, I offer you my solemn vow to be your partner.
My constant friend and faithful partner from this day forward.
My constant friend and faithful partner from this day forward.
For better or for worse, in times of joy and in sorrow.
For better or for worse, in times of joy and in sorrow.
For richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health.
For richer, for poorer, and in sickness and in health.
I promise to honor, respect, and love you unconditionally until death do us part.
I promise to honor, respect,
And love you
and
unconditionally.
love you unconditionally until death do us part.
May we have the ring. Julianna and Matthew will now seal their sacred vows by exchanging rings. As a ring has no beginning or end, it symbolizes the endless love and respect that they have for each other. Matthew, place this ring on Julianna's finger, and as you do so, repeat after me. I, Matthew, I, Matthew,
I, Matthew,
give you, Julianna,
give you, Julianna,
this ring as a symbol of my love.
this ring as a symbol of my love.
I promise to love you,
I promise to love you,
to support you,
support you,
and to grow with you
and to grow with you
today, tomorrow, and forever.
today, tomorrow, and forever.
Julianna, as you place this ring on Matthew's finger, repeat after me. I, Julianna,
I, Julianna,
give you, Matthew, this ring
give you, Matthew, this ring
as a symbol of my love.
as a symbol of my love.
I promise to love you,
I promise to love you,
to support you,
support you,
and to grow with you
and to grow with you.
today, tomorrow, and forever.
Today, tomorrow, and forever.
As a quick note to our guests, after the ceremony is finished, if the guests would like to go up to the cocktail hour at the reception area, and family would stay down here for pictures. By the power vested in me by the state of Ohio, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may seal this union with a kiss. It is my honor to be able to present to you Mr. and Mrs. Huddleson Reed.